friends, it's Terri Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. In this video tutorial, I'm going to share 4 cards I created using the Cute as a Bug Designer Series paper, which is part of the Cute as a Bug Suite collection in Stampin' Up's January through April 2026 mini catalog. This Designer Series paper is adorable. Before I show you the paper, let me talk about the suite of product. You can get everything in the suite with one code number or purchase them individually. There is a bundle, which is a stamp set and dies bundled for 10% savings with the bundle code number, or you can purchase those individually as well. The stamp set has 14 images, and all of these stamped images can be cut out with the coordinating dies, plus there's 3 sentiments and a little background stamp. And with the die set, along with these dies, you get all of these decorative dies. Plus, the dies will also cut out these images on the Designer Series paper. So versatile. Absolutely love this Designer Series paper and this product. These cute embellishments are part of the suite. They are the Ladybug and Garden epoxy shapes. You have these really cute little ladybugs. They're epoxy. I just want to give you a tip with these. When you go to remove them, just be sure you get way down to the adhesive part so you don't separate the epoxy from the print from the adhesive. And it's easy to do, but and they're very flat. They're going to be great for your card. Plus 2 different sizes of like little dewdrops. Really, really cute. There is this old olive 3/8 inch specialty rickrack ribbon. Very, very soft. That's part of the suite. And let me show you the Designer Series paper. It comes 12 by 12. You get 2 each of 6 double-sided prints. And one of the prints has all of these scenes on it. You get 2 of these. It is double-sided. That's the back side. I'm going to show you a card created with this print, and create one with this print. And then the paper's 12 by 12. I don't have 12 by 12 prints right here. I've been making a few projects. So this paper I'm going to be creating a card with. So this one's 12 by 12 and just has this really cute scene. And this is the back side. You get 2 each in the packet. You get 2 of these with all of these adorable little creatures. And this is the back side. Reminds me of a quilt. Very, very versatile. This is another print. This is the front side. Just beautiful color combinations. Kind of a fall color theme, which I just love the color theme. And this is the back side. Here is another print. This is the front side. You get 2 of these. And this is the back side, another really cute quilt type pattern. And this is the print that all of these, the die cut images are from. So many of these dies will cut out these different images. Not all of them, but many of them can be cut out. You would have to fussy cut this one and that one and a couple other ones, but the mushrooms and some of the flowers can also be cut out. And that's the back side. So, so pretty. So the first card I want to share with you, I have the measurements for you, so you can duplicate this. Now, I did a lot of prep work ahead of time just to save some video time. I did the cutting and scoring ahead of time, but I'm going to give you all the details so you can duplicate it, and I will assemble it, a couple of the cards here. So the card base is 8.5 by 4 1/4. I've already cut that to size. I'm using Old Olive, which is one of the coordinating colors. It just goes really pretty, I think, with it. You could have chose any coordinating color. And then I have this scored at 5.5. So when you fold it, your card base is full size on the bottom, and then you have a front panel on the top here. Let me grab my bone folder here. And I'm going to line that up and just crease that. So that's the card base. Now, the Designer Series paper, I've got that cut at 10 1/8 by 3. Now, I have 4 of them here, and this is the reason I designed this card. This paper is adorable, and I'd love to showcase it, more of it on the paper, you know, a length of it. And I also want to maximize my paper. So I initially looked and thought, oh, this would work out perfect. If you cut this section into 3 inches, you get 4 per sheet, and you have some really cute designs, scenes along the whole section there. And then I figured out the measurements for this fun fold, and it needs to be 10 and an eighth. I cut it at 10 and an eighth first. Then I scored at 2 3/8. I scored it then at 4 1/4 and at 8 1/4. So all of these are scored. I'm going to grab the bottom one and I'm going to show you how to assemble this. So I have these already for 3 additional cards, which I won't be creating on the video. And I also have shown here an M. That's for mountain, a V is for valley. So with that first score line at 2 3/8, that's going to be a mountain fold. So you're going to fold that to be a mountain. I just use my fingers to crease these. I do not use the bone folder on designer series paper because if you score it so tightly, you could crack the paper. And I just use my fingers to score that. So mountain, mountain, and that last one is a valley. And this is how so we have mountain, mountain, valley, kind of that shape. How I assemble this is I open up my card. I'm going to put this first panel on the front panel of the card. So I set this up like this. I kind of set it up like that. I look for equal spacing here and here. And then I lay this down, get that really tight up against there, look for my equal spacing, open this up, and take my tape runner and put my adhesive on that panel. And again, I'm going to push that over here, still have my equal spacing, and that's how I adhere that first panel. Now this works out really great because we're going to have a nice scene for the front. As we open it up like that, we just have this cute scene. So the next thing to assemble this card is you go to the next fold and fold that. So that's the first mountain fold, the second mountain fold. Now I'm going to turn it upside down. This last valley fold, I'm going to fold like this. And then I'm going to put my adhesive right on this portion. So that's all lined up here. There is a little gap here or spacing here. That's exactly what I wanted. Then I can take this, fold it down on top of it, put some pressure to burnish it. That's the front of my card. And now when I open this up, there I have the rest of the scene. This one buckles a little bit, meaning it doesn't lay flat. That's totally okay because it's really going to be a visual. Pretend this is the table surface. This is the view when it's standing for display, and this is the view when it's closed. Now I'm going to add a sentiment to it. I already did this work ahead of time. I used the heartfelt hexagon punch, and I stamped the spread joy on that. And so I'm going to use that. I have also die cut this bee ahead of time. That's from that designer series paper. And then I have this cute little watering. This is also die cut from the designer series paper. So what I'm going to do first is attach this. Now this only gets attached to this second panel of the designer series paper. That way when it opens up and you view it like this, when it closes, it's going to be like this. So now what I would suggest to do is just decide where would you want this to be, and maybe you don't even want it on the card, but I am going to put it on the card. Since this is just a partial butterfly, I'm okay covering that up. I don't want to cover that up, and I'm going to try not to cover up that critter ladybug.Maybe I'll put it on about like that. So I'm going to use dimensionals. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one dimensional right here, and that backing is still on there. And then I'm going to put 2 dimensionals close to each other but on the right side of that first fold, because I only wanted attached to that panel. Now what I can do is take the backings off and then take the backing off this one. So now what I can do is now look at this and say, okay, how do I want to place this? And I'm going to place it right like this. And I could even put it over a little bit further. I'm going to like place it right up here and have that attached. And when you only put the adhesive on this panel on this end of your element, you avoid any exposed adhesive right there. Then what I'm going to do is take this critter, and because I put this on with dimensionals, I'm not going to use dimensionals for this, and you could switch it around and do it opposite. I'm going to attach this as if it's flying. This I already have on a mini glue dot, and I can take that mini glue dot. I'm going to tuck that underneath here, and there we have the front of the card. And as I mentioned, you place this wherever you want, but I was able to retain that scene when this card is on display. This is hanging here, and then you have it like this. I forgot to punch another. Just let's pretend that this one is where you're going to sign your card. I would have a blank one. Now, you can place it here, anywhere here to sign the card, or you can place it here, or you can add the back and just sign the back of the card. But this is an idea, a simple idea, to showcase the beautiful designer series paper. So that is that idea. Now I want to share another card with you that is showcasing the designer series paper right here. So I'm going to look at this designer series paper. Now when you cut this paper, there's so many uses for it. I cut this is 4 inches. I cut that first, and then I would cut that, and then you can cut these apart. So I've already cut this one apart, and meaning I made this cut and that cut, and I have it so it's 6 here and 4 here. Now I want to make a card with this, and I'm going to show you how I determined this. So what I did was I took a ruler of any sort, and you can use a paper trimmer, and I decided where would I want to cut this paper, and I looked at cutting it right between these 2 flower scenes. So if I put it over like this, you can go, this is one way to do it. You can put that down. You're just using it as a visual, and I'm looking right between here and saying, okay, I'm good with that. If I cut this at 1 3/4, which I'm going to do, that leaves this piece at 4 1/4. So now I can use these together. I'm going to bring this over on this side. I can use it like this, or I can turn it over and use it like that. So that's going to be a tough decision because I like both of them. But let me show you the card itself, or the card base, and the measurements. So I had already looked at this and knew that I wanted to cut this at 4 1/4, and this would be I wanted this 4 1/4, and that would be 1 3/4. So I said the designer series paper for the card 2 I'm showing you, we're cutting at 1 3/4. And then the card base, if you cut it with that measurement, would be 10 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. When you fold that, you have your front panel shorter. And then what you can do is adhere this to the front. And now a tough decision. Do you adhere it like this, which works out really well? You could add a sentiment to that. Oh, I did have a blank one. You could add a sentiment right here that kind of covered that up, but that would be visible from the inside, or it looks really pretty that way. So that's a tough decision. I'm going to go with this print. Now, this is a super simple card, but I'm going to share with you, I would suggest to put this piece on first. Now, this is old olive card base, and I'm going to say that that's not too dark to write on. So I'm not going to add a white to the inside. All of this space here, you can write a message to who you're giving it to or stamp a message. So that works out really nice. The reason I put that on first is because then I can visually line this up and make sure that these match up as far as I'm not offset a little bit. That's kind of my guiding point, and then equal spacing on both sides. So as I mentioned, super simple card. And you can add as many embellishments to this as you would like. You could add sentiments. You could add so much. So let me see. I'm going to try to look at both of these. Look at all of this. So I'm really looking here, here, and here, and here. Got eyes on all sides of it. Don't have a real good angle, but we're going to say, oh, I don't think I got that very straight. Can I move it over a little bit? All right, we're going to say that's going to be good. And look at that simple card that you can make. As I mentioned, you can embellish this up. I'm really going to just give you the basics for these cards. And we have that one. The third card I have is already assembled, and that is using this print here. You can see I decided to cut it right here, and that measurement would be cutting it at 4 inches, and the card base would be 9 3/4 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And then I just kept that same scene. I didn't flip it over. And it's just a fun way to use these designer series papers to create just some simple cards that you can mail that or give. And then this one, such a cute scene. This one, I cut the paper at 3 1/4. And because this guy kind of felt like it still was part of the party, I left it like that. And this card base would be 9 inches, 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And then you have it like this. So 4 super simple cards showcasing this cute designer series paper. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I will have these measurements and photos of the cards on my blog. If you found me via YouTube, look in the text portion of the video, and there'll be a link to the blog post. If you are not working with a demonstrator and would like any of this product, on the bottom of the blog post and the bottom of the text of the YouTube are direct links to my online store to show you all the product that I use to create these 4 cards. Reach out if you have any questions. Take care and happy creating.